Hello and welcome to By Invitation Only. Today we're extremely pleased to bring you the fresh new sounds of Mandi Rudge, a new performer on the scene who will be starting us off with her cover of For Emma by Bon Iver.
Saw death on a sunny snow for all your life. Forgo the parables, seek the light. My knees are cold. Oh, running home, running home. Go find another lover to bring her to string along for all your lies. You're still very lovable. Seek the light. So many foreign roads. For Emma, forever ago.
Mandi, that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, that was a great, fresh, lovely sound there. But I mean, how would you describe it to our audience members?
To anyone who hasn't heard it before, I guess, kind of folky pop music, just relaxed and simple.
Okay, and what would you describe as your biggest influences?
Well, when I was growing up, I was listening to a lot of the prog rock sort of scene, because my dad was really into Genesis and Pink Floyd, so I got brought up on that. But obviously, that's not what I'm playing. I'm playing more sort of Damien Rice, Regina Spektor, and Jason Mraz, those kind of sounds. Yeah, yeah.
So, but are there any guilty pleasures that you would say you have? That, you know, a song that you listen to constantly over and over again, such as maybe Aqua and Barbie Girl?
Your favourite? No, I love watching Britney Spears and Pussycat Dolls and people like that, because the performance is just amazing. And Kristina Aguilera, obviously, just so good.
What about, you mentioned some female artists there. What about Kate Nash and Laura Marnie, artists who seem to be making a name for themselves now? And you've got other artists such as Leanne Lewis, who obviously herself has been kind of in this manufactured way of going through the process of the X Factor. Is that something that you've ever considered doing, to get into the music industry that way?
I don't think it's a way that I would personally prefer to go, because obviously that works for a lot of people, but I think someone like Jason Mraz, for example, who's been like touring for 10 years, he's really built up his fan base. He's got such an amazing sound, and things like Pink Floyd were the same. They've got such a great sound. And if then a label decides, oh, we're going to change you or whatever, they just honestly cannot do that. Whereas someone like Leanne Lewis, she could end up being changed to suit whatever the record label wants. So.
Okay. I mean, it was a great cover that you've just played for us there. But you also write a lot for yourself, a lot of your own songs. What's the thought process behind you know, going away and writing a song? I mean, is it something that comes naturally to you? You might be in the middle of shopping, you think, it's a great idea for a song, and going off doing it, or is it something that you can sit down and go, right, I'm going to write a song now, so you just sit down and do it? How do you go about writing?
It's a bit of both. It could be either just like walking down the street and suddenly you've got a fantastic idea and you instantly have to write it down and things like that, or it could just be that you sit down and it's quite frustrating because you can't seem to get anything for days. doesn't come.
But when did you first start writing? Was it quite a young age that you started to?
Quite a young age. I would say probably around 13 or so.
So that is a very young age to suddenly decide that what you're wanting to do. And obviously you play the keyboard as well. And I think I'm right in saying that you learnt to play the keyboard before you did the guitar. So why the sudden change to wanting to go over to the guitar?
I started playing the keyboard for quite some time, and then when I was 14 there was a rock band that were really cool, and I wanted to get in with the rock band, and I asked them if they wanted a keyboardist, and they said no, but we do need a bassist. So I said I can play bass, not having a clue, and then promptly learned and joined the band.
So you purely, just the only reason for learning the guitar was purely just to get into the band? Or was it
pretty much, yeah, but then after you start learning the new instrument, you just like...
So it's quite easy to learn the guitar from playing the piano or keyboard?
I think so, because it's not a complete change. I mean, you've already got some idea of how music goes, and you can already read music, and then you just transfer the skills over. So
yeah.
I found that.
I mean, you've even taken your music career to university. I mean, you're here now in your final year, and obviously you're still writing. What do you plan to do, say, in the next 5 years when you've finished?
I plan to continue, like, obviously making music. I hope one day I can actually live off some money from it, but I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what I plan to happen anyways. Yeah.
But obviously, if we want to find any more information about you yourself, we can do that how? Is it MySpace?
Oh yeah, I've got a MySpace. It's www.myspace.com/laughingvalleys.
Yeah. And obviously, I think you mentioned earlier as well, saying that being in a band. I mean, do you prefer playing with others in a band, or sort of a solo set as what you're doing now?
Oh no, I love playing with other people. I think it's the most fun ever. It's brilliant.
So what about playing solo though? Surely you must get a big buzz of playing, in front of loads of people and own songs and things from that.
No, I love doing that as well. I like it all. Anything to do with music.
Excellent, Mandi. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and you're going to play some more songs for us later. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Mandi Rudge.